So just to begin with, we're going to be breathing in 3 different ways. You don't need to remember them. You don't need to panic about them. But there's 3 ways I'll say: in through the nose, in through the mouth, and then also there's a staggered breath. So when we breathe in through the nose, which builds the pressure in the head mainly, we go in through the nose, out through the mouth, always out through the mouth. Then in through the mouth, obviously, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. And then if I say stage breath, I'll say in, more, hold at the top and out. So you're basically breathing in, more, hold at the top and out. This basically just builds the pressure in the body. Listen to your body. That is the most important thing. Don't be pushing yourself past capacity. If you're like, oh my gosh, I can't hold it, just do what feels good and right in your body. So we're going to be breathing in those 3 ways. Other than that, you don't need to know anything. So I'm going to be cueing you the whole way through all of these maneuvers. The main thing is listen to your body. You'll notice in some of the maneuvers that I'm like in like different shapes, and sometimes I'm bending into a leg. Like, the point is to lean into your specific tension lines. So with maneuvers, because all of our bodies are different, of course, we have some basic principles like counter rotation. So you'll notice if my head is right, my body's going to come to the left. And that's just to increase the pressure. But ultimately, this is about finding spots in your body, reconnecting with what it is that you've got going on for you. So basically, you can't do it wrong. So we're going to start with a vagus nerve reset. So vagus nerve, I'm sure you know, superhighway nerve in the body. It's basically the part of our nervous system that's responsible for either telling our system that it's safe and we can chill out, or that we need to be on hyper alert. So we are going to start by taking our left hand and we're going to bring it to the right clavicle. So you can see here on me, sometimes it's kind of in this little cavey bit. Sometimes it's more in the meaty bit here. I want you to just have a little explore and find a tension point. When I say tension point, all I basically mean is somewhere that's like, maybe it's a bit tight, or you notice like, oh, maybe it's a bit sore. That's all I mean. And what we're going to do, we're going to twist once we found. So for me today, it's more kind of up here. So I'm going to twist the skin and I'm going to pin in place, which is one of the fundamental things with fascial maneuvers. So basically, we twist and we hold it in place. And we're going to hold this in place throughout the entire move. And when we hold this in place, it means when we move and breathe, and I'm going to show you what to do, all of the fascia basically around has to move. So we pin in place so that it gives the body the incentive to do what it is that we would like it to do, which is release the restriction. So if you can't get a twist, it's okay if you're new to this, that this is a bit clunky. You can also push down towards the shoulder. You can push down, pin it here, or you can twist it, hold it in place. With your right hand, it's going to come to the right side of the jaw. Doesn't matter where, it's just for purpose. It's like literally just to kind of help. And then we're going to slowly move our head to the left. So as you move your head to the left, you should feel the tension kind of rise where you've got the hand. I want you to find a point of tension again. So maybe you look up a little bit, maybe you look down a little bit. I want you to find a point. For me here is like, whoa. So once you've got your tension point, we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose and then 3 in through the mouth. And if it is available to you, you're going to squat. Again, it doesn't need to be like a crazy squat all the way to the floor. If it's available, if not, don't worry. So we squat if it's available. So we keep this head to the left. Then we go in through the nose. So in and out through the mouth. 2 more through the nose. So in, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now I'm going to go in through the mouth. So in through the mouth, out through the mouth, leading into tension, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. One more, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. And I want you to really, really slowly move back to a central position. This can be a bit heavy on the hands at the beginning, a little bit heavy on the body, kind of unusual ways to move ourselves. All is well. With fascia, the fascia always wants to move really, really slowly. So not that easy for a personality like mine in the beginning, but this is what we want. So when we're moving out of any kind of maneuver, we want to be really slow. We basically don't want to activate the body's protective mechanism. So have a little wander around, walk around, notice what you're feeling, if anything in your body. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but on the other side. What this basically does is just give signals and evidence to the body that it is safe to rest. So for me, a burping, always a good sign, energy moving. Feel a little bit more calm. I can feel a little like jittery in my chest. All we want to do with this is invite the sensation. Hey, body, what's going on? We don't need to change it. So this time we're going to take the right hand and we're going to find that point of tension on the left clavicle. I don't know whether clavicle's an American word. So find your point. We either twist, I always say twist thumbs up. So you can come with your palm up and then twist thumbs up, but any way you can really get it. Or you push down towards that left shoulder and you pin in place. That kind of feels nice today. Left hand comes to the left side of that jaw, doesn't matter where. And then we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly turn our head to the right until we find that tension point. So until in that pinned hand, we can feel like, oh yeah, I feel that. Same again. So if the squat's available to you, great. If not, stay here. In through the nose first. So in. 2. 3. Now through the mouth, in through the mouth. 2. 1 more. And very, very, very slowly unwind. Go for a walk. Slow walk. So in between maneuvers, we want to walk, and it's just the way that the body integrates. Once we move things around, so for me, I've got a lot more space in my traps. Do feel a little bit more calm. Everything kind of feel a little bit more present. We just want to get the body used to the bilateral movement, which just means moving on both sides in between, so that the body kind of gets used to its normal. So notice your breath. For me, my breath is like a little bit quicker. I had like a big exhale. But yeah, noticing all sorts of sensations kind of in my chest area. I just want you, for the moment, to notice what's going on in your body. Notice your feet on the ground. Notice where you are in your room, in space and time. And next, we're going to do Totally Twisted. Totally Twisted is one of the 3 core stress reset maneuvers. It's basically a like full spine release, but it's great for anxiety. It's great for pretty much everything. So you're going to take it doesn't matter like how apart your feet are. You're going to have more balance if your feet are further apart rather than closer together. So I want you to take your right hand, put it under your left armpit. And we're gonna, it's the same right and right. So right hand comes under left armpit. Right leg is gonna come over left leg. So right over, right under. This left hand's gonna go on the right shoulder. So you're like giving yourself a hug, basically. Then we're gonna turn our head to the left, slowly. And then we're gonna bring our body round to the right. So you should notice, you turn your head to the left first, nice and slow. And as you bring that body round to the left, you'll notice like, oh, maybe you have some pressure in your lower back. Very normal. And then we're going to breathe. We're going to do those stage breaths that we were talking about at the beginning. So we're going to breathe in through the mouth. More. Hold at the top if it's available to you. Squeeze head a little bit more to the left, body a little bit more to the right, and out. So 2 more of those. So in, more, filling those lungs up, hold at the top, twist a little bit more, and out. Don't worry if you can't follow my exact breath, it's all as well. In, more, more. Hold at the top. I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor. We call it spinal pelvic lock. Squeeze that pelvic floor, twist, head comes to the left, body comes to the right a little bit, and out. Now, if it's available, and from a balance perspective, if you have your feet a little bit further out, you're going to have a little bit more balance. I want you to hinge at the hips, and we're going to come down. But I want you to keep that head to the left. Head stays to the left, body stays to the right. We're going to hinge as far down as we can. Doesn't need to be as far as me, just as far as is comfortable. Then we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So remembering that that head is to the left. So in through the nose first. 2, 3. Now 3 in through the mouth. At your own pace. One more. And very, very slowly come up. I want you to keep everything where it is. Come to center. Then we're going to turn the head to the right this time very slowly. Body's going to come to the left. If you need to slow this down, slow it down. And then we're going to do those stage breaths again. So heads come to the right this time, which means, as always, we counter rotate, which means we go the other way. So that means the body comes around to the left. So we're going to breathe in, more, more. Hold at the top. Twist that head a little bit more to the right, body a little bit more to the left, and out. In, more, more. Hold at the top. Twist a little bit more, and out. If the staggered breath is too much, it feels too much for your system, just breathe normally in whatever way feels good. I'm going to go in, more, more. Twist a little bit more, body to the left, head to the right, and out. Then we're going to come to center, unwind, have a walk around. Woohoo. I feel a bit dizzy. I'm noticing that my lower back, feeling like it's got a little bit more space. Have a little check-in, walk around, notice what's going on in your body. Maybe you notice some sensations. I feel some sensation in my shoulders with that twist, especially when we were hinging over. We want to invite them in. We want to be curious. Jaw just cracked. Then we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So this time it's going to be left hand. So left foot goes over, left hand goes under. So always left foot, left hand. So left hand under the right armpit, right hand on the other shoulder. Give yourself a hug. Get comfy, get grounded in your feet. Head's going to come slowly to the right, which always means that body comes the other way to the left. Then we're going to do that stage breath again, if it's available to you and if it feels good. If not, just breathe in anyway. We always do them in 3s and 6s. So in, more, more. Hold at the top. Twist a little bit more, head to the right, body to the left, and out. In, more, more. Hold, twist, and out. One more of those. In, more, more. Hold at the top, and out. So same as last time, in whatever way is available to you. If the hinge isn't available, stay where you are, all is well. So we're going to hinge at the hips. Even if you're just here, that is great. Just come down as far down as feels good and right in your body. Then we're going to go 3 in through the nose, in through the nose. 2, 3. Now through the mouth. I'm a little bit more wobbly on this side. Keeping that head to the right. One more. Nice. Slowly, slowly come up. It's very normal to be completely different on both sides. All is well. We're not looking for perfection here, just looking to be with our body and do what we can. So head this time comes to the left slowly, which means, of course, body comes to the right. It's like we're wringing ourselves out like a towel. And then we're going to do that stage breath if you're with me. So in, more, more, hold at the top, head comes a little bit more to the left, body comes a little bit more to the right, and out. 2 more of those. In, more, more, hold at the top if it's available, and out. 1 more. In, more, more, twist, head a little bit more to the left, body a little bit more to the right, and out. Nice. Come back to center. Have a walk around. So this one at the beginning, totally twisted. I hated it. I was like, this is so long and annoying. But it is one of the many things, to be fair, but one of the most powerful ways to really create space all around the spine, the whole way up in all 3 of the zones. It's great for anxiety. It just really takes a lot of stress out of the system. For me, I'm feeling a lot more space in my lower back because it's feeling tight before. Notice what your body is giving you next. Should it be showing you something? It's very normal when we do this kind of work. You're like, whoa, like I feel my, I don't know, knee or lower back, and I didn't notice that before. That isn't because anything is wrong, but usually when we release restriction somewhere, the body will go, oh, great, pay attention to this now. So next, we're going to do one called swinger. This is awesome for releasing the shoulders and the hips and just kind of bringing everything back into alignment. Just have a little check in with your breath. If you're out of breath, all is well. Just make sure you're checking in with your capacity. What feels good for you today? Where are you on your line? We don't want to be pushing way, way, way out of our capacity, but it's okay to be on that little uncomfortable edge. So we're going to hinge. So it's like hinge. And we're basically going to have our hands hovering above the knees. Our right hand is going to come to our left shoulder. So we just chill there. Our left hand is going to come to the bottom of the top of the arm, and we're going to pull that skin down towards the elbow and pin in place. So like we were doing in the vagus nerve, this is our pin and lock. So we pull the skin down to the elbow and we pin here. So this is going to stay here. Now we're going to bring our head to the right and we're going to hinge. So hinge more like this. Hinge, and then we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth, keeping that head to the right, body comes slightly to the left, in through the nose first. 2, 3. Now through the mouth, leaning into any tension. 1 more. And very, very slowly come up. Take a little breath. We're actually now going to work with this elbow. So where you are, if you haven't untangled, you're going to be here, but we're basically going to be working with the right elbow. So right elbow come in front. With the left hand, we're basically going to twist the elbow. In terms of which way, most people are going to be clockwise, outwards. What we want to do is find the most amount of tension. So we want it to feel like the most amount of pressure. So for most people, that's going to be twisting outwards, but have a little play in your body. I'm sure there are some people that it's inwards. And you can just have your hand rested here, rested on your neck, wherever feels good, depending upon your mobility. And if your mobility in your shoulder isn't great, you can stay here. And as we move, you can do this side to side. If it's available to you, So thumb, I find, is always helpful to have at the front. I want you to bring that shoulder above your head, if it's available. We're going to turn our head to the right, and we're going to lean our body over to the left. So we're keeping this top hand that we have pinned on the elbow, pinned in place. We come over to that left, so you should feel a stretch all down that right side. And then we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So in through the nose first. For me, this is pretty strong in the shoulder. One more through the nose. Now 3 in through the mouth. You'll notice with me, sometimes I really bend into this left knee. So it means I can get more into the side body. But find your tension points. Ooh. And very, very slowly, come up, back to center. Whew, I feel a bit sick. Nice. Have a check-in with yourself. Have a walk around. Notice maybe where you've created space. If you have a little check-in with how you were feeling before class. Has anything shifted? I'm burping. It's all moving around. For me, I've got a lot more space in that kind of right side. My right lower back feels like a bit wonky, like it's up, like it's lighter. Kind of feels nice. Better, certainly. So once you've had a little walk, come back to me, and we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So feet can be hip distance, whatever kind of feels good. You don't really want to be any more than hip distance, but you can. Try it out. It gets into different parts of the body. So one of the things I love about Fascial Maneuvers is there's like no way that you can get it wrong. So if it feels good for you, do it. So plant the feet. We're going to hinge forward. Hands are hovering over knees. This time we bring left hand to the right shoulder. With that right hand, remember we pull down that skin towards the elbow and we pin in place. We're going to bring our head to the left, body slightly round to the right. So we're like a golf swing. We're bringing that up. And then we're going to go 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth, and we're going to hinge. So rather than a squat, which is straight down, hinge, so we come forward. So in through the nose first. Making sure that head is to the left, body to the right. One more through the nose. Now through the mouth. 2 more. 1 more. And slowly come up. You can keep this elbow because we're going to work with this left elbow next. Make sure this hand is nice and comfy. I have the thumb at the front. So we're going to twist that elbow, remember? Figure out, might be different this side. I'm going to twist out, which is counterclockwise. Twist. You can stay here and move around, or you can bring it above your head. If you're with me, bring it above the head. Make sure that you have this right hand that's pinned with the elbow still pinned. If you lose the pin, just pin it again. Head comes to the left, which means body comes over to the right. We always create that counter rotation. You should feel that all down your left side. And then we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So in through the nose first. 2. 1 more. Now 3 through the mouth. I want you to really play around with very slow movement. Does it feel good to bend into that right knee? Do you want to stay exactly where you are? Nice. And unwind. Whoa. Go for a little walk. Have a little swing of those arms and legs as you're walking. Check in with your lovely body. How's it doing? What are you noticing? Again, having a little look around the room, noticing the colors, the textures around you. And then bring your attention back to your body. Where are you noticing sensation, if any? It's also very normal in this practice that you'll have access to some areas of sensation in the body and not in others. Just know that all is well. I feel definitely more calm. Been a bit jittery today. Definitely feel like I can take a deeper breath. So speaking of deeper breath, I'm going to do a solar plexus release, which is actually a diaphragm release. If you ever feel anxious, unsettled, a lot of us breathe just here. So when the body's in a stress response, we breathe usually just here. Very shallow breath. And sometimes the diaphragm can get stuck with a limited range of motion. So this is really beautiful for opening that up again. It's also a huge emotional storage center and the center for a lot of the fascial line. So often when we release the solar plexus, all sorts of things move around. So if you're still with me, we're on half past, but if you've got a few extra minutes, I'd love for you to stay. So we're going to take both of our hands and we're going to bring it to the central line in the rib cage. So this is the xiphoid bone, which is like that middle bone on the rib cage. I'm coming below it where it starts to get a bit squishy. I actually use my ribs, so my ribs come down here almost as grip. So we want you to pull the skin apart. So you can see here, I'm pulling that skin apart and I'm pinning in place. So this is my pin. I'm going to bring my shoulders back, relax them. And I like to actually lean my head up, my head back, and I like to push my glutes forward. Then we're going to breathe through and through the nose, through and through the mouth. And I want you to move around really slow into any tension point. So in through the nose first. 2, 3. Slow that breath down if it feels good. Now through the mouth. 2, 3. And release. Go for a walk. I actually feel quite emotional. Take a few breaths. Check in. Has anything changed? Have you created any space? You notice anything specific? Maybe you're working in a solar plexus, but you feel it in your foot. Everything is connected in the body. So often when we're working on one space, for example, there's the front superfascial line. So basically this pathway of fascia comes from the top of the foot all the way up through the solar plexus, round and through the neck. So sometimes when you're working on one place in the fascial line, you're like, oh, my neck's cracked, or ooh, actually, yeah, my ankle feels better. Check in with yourself, connect with your body. It's always nice to have hands on the body. The body is always scanning for threats externally and internally, and having connection to self, especially when we're doing this kind of work and all the things are swirling around. I find that it's really powerful to have hands connected to my body. So we're going to finish with a cheeky little psoas release. So the psoas is a muscle, although it has a lot of fascial significance, and it's literally wrapped in fascia. It has often a pattern of bracing. So we're going to get into the psoas, and this can really help open the hips, release restriction in the lower back. Often when we've got lower back pinging or restriction in the lower back, it's because it's pulling around from the front. So you want to take both of your hands and you're going to bring it to the inside of the right hip. We're going to do it on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you start on, but I'm going to do the right. And once we're here, so my pelvis is here, I'm going to pull up on the skin and I'm going to pin it in place. So I'm pulling up. This is going to stay here. So this is our pin. It is normal that if it feels burny, like a burny sensation, that's the fascia coming apart and all is well. We want to welcome that sensation, know that there's nothing wrong. So I like to step back with that right foot. You can also step forward with the left, but for whatever reason, I think you get better tension. Well, in my body, I get better tension. Step back with that right foot, and I want you to lean back. When you lean back, usually this the tension, the pressure will increase in those hands. I want you to bring your head slightly to the left, body slightly to the right. Now we're going to breathe only through the mouth, and feel free to lean into any really tiny, small movements, nice and slow. So in through the mouth. 2. Focusing in on that sensation within your hands. 6 breaths all together, so that's 3 more for me. Lean back, lean into that tension. One more. Unwind, stretch those hands out, go for a walk. Moving a lot around for me. Can kind of feel it all up my back, like kind of like a melty sensation coming up my spine. I want you to notice whether your right and left side feel different. And if so, how? For me, I actually feel more connected to my right side. It feels higher up now. But I actually feel quite a lot of tension and sensation in the left. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, but on the other side. So we bring both of our hands to the inside of the left hip. It doesn't really matter whether you're all the way down here in the bladder or you're a little bit further up. I usually like to be relatively close to this bone, just because that's like one of my tension lines, and we pull up on the skin and we pin it in place. Remember, it's really important that we keep this pinned so that when we move and breathe, everything around this area is going to have to move, because we're encouraging our lovely bodies. And it's an incentive, because when you hold and isolate a certain place, it has to. So I'm going to step back with that left foot, although you could step forward with the right. Play around in your body what feels good. We're going to lean back. This time head comes to the right slightly. Body comes slightly to the left. In through that mouth, 6 breaths. At your own pace. In. Three more breaths for me. Leaning into tension. Is there something that your body wants to do? Follow it. One more. Oof. Slowly come up. You'll notice with all of my maneuvers, I'm cutting some mad shapes. The whole point of this is to just follow what feels good for you. Have a walk around, and then we're just going to finish off. I always go over. I hope that's okay. I'm going to change these to 45 minutes. We're going to do a little head-heart coherence just to end with. So we go through our days a lot of the time very head focused. What we've got to do, spiraling thoughts. And our mind has a really, really important function. Keeps us moving forward, keeps us being productive, but it is literally programmed to keep us safe. So it is programmed for survival, not for thriving. So with this exercise, it's simple. We're just going to breathe together. We're going to have one hand on the heart, one hand on the head. I like to imagine the energy coming up through the spine, central line, coming out the head and coming back around again. And the intention here is to notice that you get to choose that the heart leads. So the heart is informing the mind. So one hand on the heart, one hand on the head, doesn't matter where. You can even go behind. Sometimes that feels really supportive. This is also a great somatic exercise, holding the head in like a head cradle like this. So we're just going to finish our practice breathing together. We're going to go 3 in through the nose, and then 3 in through the mouth if it feels good, but it's going to be 6 breaths. And I want you to really allow anything to come out in the exhale in terms of noise, sound on that exhale. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. Feeling your hands connected to your body and out. Feeling that support. Sending every single cell in your body gratitude for showing up for yourself in this way today. Now 3 in through the mouth. I like to say, thank you, mind, for trying to keep me safe. Thank you for your stories. I don't need them anymore. I'm happy for the heart to lead the way. Thank you, heart, for your infinite guidance. Thank you for my intuition. It is safe to lead the way now, heart. I like to have a little sway. Bring both of those hands to heart. Just observe the energy that you've cultivated, what's rising, if anything, in you. And just know that I'm grateful. Thank you for choosing to spend the time with me. I'm going to stick